There was a line in the sermon that landed like a palm on my chest. You don't have to be who everyone thinks you are. I remember my hands in my lap going cold, and for the first time in years, staying silent felt like it could hurt me more than speaking.
Right away, I can picture that moment. That line would split you open. It does two things at once. It scares you, and it nudges a door you thought was sealed.
I went to church that morning intending to be invisible. Same pew, same hymn, same practiced face. My family expected the ritual, the coffee after, the small talk, and I had worn that routine like armor. But when the preacher said, "There are truths we run from," it felt not accusatory, but like a mirror pressed against the part of me that had been folded away for years.
You texted me right after, didn't you? I think that was for me. I remember reading it and my chest tightening, because that flip you felt could be the start of something hard or something honest.
Yeah, the drive home is a blur of radio static and trying out lines in my head. I mouthed the words until they sounded like me. I need to tell you something true about who I am. My throat felt like it had a stone in it. I called my sister. Hung up. Tried again. Hung up. I typed a message and deleted it 3 times before I could press send.
That physical reaction, the shaking hands, the throat closing, it's not drama. Your body was cataloging risk. I kept thinking, how do you hold someone steady when their whole system is on alert?
I pressed send. Finally. It was a single message. There's something I need to tell you. It's taken me a long time, but I want to be honest. Then I put the phone down, and time stretched. A minute that felt like 10.
You told me later that night you were going over there after dinner. I remember asking, quietly, are you sure tonight is the right night?
You did ask that, and I remember the weight of your question. The honest answer was, I wasn't sure, but every day I stayed, another script built around someone else's comfort. That evening felt like a small rebellion, a chance to stop performing and risk the unknown.
I want to be clear here. My question wasn't a judgment. It was a hold. Do you have people for after? Do you have a plan if it goes sideways? Risk assessment matters. We both know some listeners will need more scaffolding than you did.
Yes, planning mattered. I had 2 people on call, including you. I had rehearsed a place to stay, and I had phrases ready for the questions I feared most. Still, when I knocked on my parents' door that night, the kitchen smelled like old coffee and ginger cookies, ordinary things that made everything feel both normal and impossible. My heart pounded like it was trying to run out of my chest.
And then, what happened in that room surprised me. Not because they accepted everything at once, but because they listened. There were awkward questions, yes. There was silence that sounded like it could break everything. But there were also small gestures. Your dad taking your mother's hand like he didn't know how to hold this and was trying anyway.
My mother asked, "Are you sure?" And my chest broke open. Saying yes out loud felt like stepping onto a stage with no script. Then my sister called the next day and said, "I love you no matter what." And I cried in the rain because it wasn't guaranteed. It was chosen. That choice matters.
I want listeners to hear that it's not all or nothing. Families can do harm and also sometimes reach across confusion. That's not a rule. It's a reality we lived. So your decision should be about your safety and dignity first, and others' feelings second.
If I boil that week down to 3 things, they would be these. 1. Name the safe people. Pick the ones who will hold you, not the ones you should tell first. 2. Practice your words until your mouth can find them without collapsing. 3. Give yourself permission to put safety and sanity first. Those small rules steadied me more than any big speech ever could.
And add, build your chosen family before you need it. People who will take you in, cook for you, sit with you in the worst moments. Those relationships save days. We had folks ready to step in, and that practical love matters as much as anything else.
There was a moment of real fear where I wanted to run back into the closet, not because I believed the lies, but because the slow space of living as someone else felt familiar and safe in a false way. I almost went back to pretending because it was easier than dealing with the fallout. But something in me refused to spend another decade living as someone I wasn't.
That's important to say out loud. Staying isn't always brave. Sometimes staying is survival in the wrong way. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. And that distinction is what I want someone listening to understand right now.
If you're sitting in that same church seat, or in a car, or a tiny apartment, and a line lands, you don't have to be who everyone thinks you are. 2 things. You are not broken, and you deserve to pick your truth when it's safe for you. Take a breath. Permission matters. I wish I'd given it to myself sooner.
And if this brings up heavy stuff, trauma, fear, grief, please reach out to a professional or someone you trust. We're not therapists. If you're in immediate danger, contact local services. You are worthy of help and safety. I mean that with everything I have.
If this episode landed for you, tell us in the comments which line hit you hardest. If you can't share details, just drop "I hear you" so we know you're here. Hit subscribe. We keep showing up for stories like this. Thank you for letting me tell this one. That sermon changed the shape of my life, and speaking changed it again.
I hear you. We're proud of you for listening. You're not alone. Keep breathing, one step at a time. We'll see you next week.
This is SNJ Pride. You're not alone.